YouTube! So I'm here with THEORIZE of the Geeky Hostess. I don't think we've actually done a collab video on my channel before, have we?
I don't think so.
Well, we're here because Tara actually just taught me how to make butterbeer mug cake. I've got it in my Marauders map mug. So we were just sitting here talking about how crazy it's been, that it's been 6 years. 6 years
That's
since
insane.
There's been a Harry Potter book, since we've had things to theorize about.
Since we've had a midnight book party to go to.
I know, costumes to
I've
make.
had to be Hagrid every year. There are no new characters to be.
It's like, you know, we've had to sort of face this growing up. Like, Harry Potter is this good friend of ours who'll always be there for us,
Yeah.
but he's not going to grow up with us. You know, he's going to stay the same.
He's helped us.
Good old reliable Harry.
When I was like 10 onwards, and now what? How do I be an adult?
Exactly. But last week, all of that freaking changed with the news of the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them movie.
We have a list of things that we're really looking forward to, and we hope we can see in the movie.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and share those things with you right now. So how about you go first? What are you most looking forward to?
So clearly, I really enjoy making things based on genres and fictional worlds, like this butterbeer mug cake. So I'm really excited to see what other new delicacies will be in that world. If there are new candies that I can replicate, other drinks I can turn into cakes.
I'm really looking forward to drinks, but I'm just gonna make them drinks.
Good. Hopefully in New York in the early 1900s, wizards drink a lot. Maybe Prohibition is just a muggle thing?
I don't know, I'm worried. What if butterbeer and fire whiskey is like banned?
Well, I mean, they can hide beasts, so can they hide liquor?
I hope so. Wizards are crafty. I think they could probably learn how to hide
They
liquor.
have like a ministry of liquor.
Wizard speakeasies is what we need.
Oh my gosh, wizard speakeasies!
I'm just sort of curious in general about wizard culture. You know, the wizarding world is very old-fashioned. Like they haven't progressed very far into technology because they haven't needed to because they have magic to do a lot of this stuff. So I'm wondering if they're going to be about the same 70 years in the future or in the past,
or if it's like even less than what we had in the 20s.
Well, I don't know if this is something that we'll really see, but I really hope that we at least get a glimpse of the US school.
Yes.
Because, I mean,
it'd be amazing.
You know, obviously there's a bunch of different schools. We saw Beauxbatons, we saw Durmstrang, and I love the flair that those schools had, you know, like arriving like from the underwater ship. And so I really hope that we get to see something about how the US school looks, how it works.
I want to see the like US kids on a giant eagle.
That's better than my idea. The idea that I had was just like, they just like roll in on a flying yellow school bus.
Were they big in the 20s?
Maybe wizards were ahead of their time on one thing, Tara.
But the yellow school bus makes me think of Magic School Bus, which would also be a fantastic crossover.
Oh my god.
Or not even a crossover. Mrs. Frizzle was clearly
the headmaster of the US school. Is that what you were gonna say? I don't think it was, but
it is now.
I jumped right in there. I can't get this out of my brain, but I imagine, you know, we have this young man setting off to like collect these beasts. Like it's gonna be Pokemon.
Going on safaris.
It's gonna be Pokemon, and I can't wait.
The same nurse in every town.
Actually, speaking of that, I know they sort of touch on this in the book a little bit, but I don't exactly remember their rationale for it. But you know, J.K. Rowling always had a really good way of fitting her world into our world. Even little things like, you know, she took the idea of like people are always losing their keys. Yeah. You know, they are not willing to question the norm, so they just assume that they lost their key, even though they clearly shrunk. How are they going to hide these from us, you know, the muggles? Like,
well,
how are they going to fit that?
At the beginning of the book, Dumbledore does assure muggles that they're not real. But yeah, in the book, it's exactly as you said with the keys. They talk a lot about how when we do encounter a lot of these mythical beasts, we can't even like comprehend what it is.
How they play with our perception of our own world.
Yeah.
You know, things that like, you know that it's fictional, you know that it's made up, but you know, maybe you look at that brick wall a little differently that you pass every day on your way to school or whatever.
So speaking of beasts, and if muggles can see them or not, I really hope that we get to see some really decent beasts in the movie. I'd love to, you know, even kind of go a little bit back to like the heyday of the nostalgic movies that came out when we were little. There were, you know, people with prosthetics, and there were animatronics, and there were puppets and things like that. I think it just sometimes works better than CG.
I think that it's such a great opportunity for that genre, you know, for puppeteers and for, you know, just there's so much potential there, and I really hope that they consider it. Yeah. Or if the wizards would just come out of hiding for like a minute, we could just do the real beasts and then just like put them back.
I don't know if they're like decent actors. You know, some animals can be trained better.
That's true.
Oh my gosh, if there was like horror and romance and politics and history, like
Something that I think is inevitable. Obviously, this is a different series, and it's going to be very separate, but there will be Easter eggs. It's in the same universe, and there are characters that are the right age to potentially have them crop up in this movie. I mean, Nicholas Flamel could very much be seen in this movie at some point.
And then just any of like the older teachers or headmasters that we've seen in Hogwarts, it's always so cool to see them when they're younger and they're still like forming who they are and what their ideals are.
Yeah, McGonagall would be alive, I think.
Yeah, she'd probably be some young little babe. And,
right? I know. Also Buckbeak. I don't know how old hippogriffs grow to be, but I'm assuming he's pretty old by the time, you know, Harry and the gang meet him, so maybe we'll see the birth of Buckbeak or something. That'd be a really cool Easter egg.
Buckbeak's parents?
Or that, yeah. Mr. and Mrs. Buckbeak. The last sort of thing that's just sort of crossed my mind is, you know, this is pre-Voldemort, this is pre-Death Eaters, we don't have any of that going on.
Yeah.
So is there going to be a big bad? I mean, I know that that's not like the type of story this will likely be.
Yeah.
But, you know, if the Ministry and wizards in general aren't fearing, you know, who, and they aren't concerned with Death Eaters, what are they concerned with? What's going on in the world? What's like the big headline news?
Yeah. Or it could just be a really good human interest piece, and it could be following this guy and his journey and the things that he sees and his adventures.
I'd be okay with that too.
Yeah.
There's so much potential. There's so many different directions that this story can go, and I have no idea where to even start with theorizing, but these are just things that are exciting to talk about and wonder about, and we have so much time to do this.
I know, and the theories can change every couple months, like if we hear like a word about
we'll probably get like little snippets, you know.
There's going to be 20s style, like, jewelry. I'm just hoping for jewelry. I don't know. Jewelry and
like 20s style wizard garb.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna dress like Ron at the Yule Ball.
Oh.
But it's gonna not be moldy.
I'm gonna pretend they're gonna dress like Downton Abbey.
Okay, yeah.
With capes.
Yes. Well, awesome. This is the stuff that we've been talking about. Let us know what you're excited about, your theories. Tell us in the comments below. And also, if you guys want to try your own butterbeer mug cake, I'm gonna link to the video that Tara and I made for her channel where she teaches us how to make this delicious treat. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.
Goodbye, YouTube.